Sitting down with Katie Vaughn, head coach of the women's basketball team. Coach, you had another close game on Saturday. You seem to always play Pittsburgh State really tough. The last couple of minutes you had the lead, but then again, Pittsburgh State just came out like they've been doing against pretty much every team this year and got the win. What happened in the final minutes there?
You know, good teams find ways to win, and that's what Pittsburgh State is. They're a good, well-rounded team. They have shooters. They have a big inside. They have athletic kids. They defend well. Just a very well-rounded team. They obviously understand with having some experience that it is a grind. It's a 40-minute grind. So when they get down 8, 10 points, they don't shut down. They just keep playing. They keep grinding through it. They stay solid. They stay focused, and that helps them in the end when they can come out with a win. The last few minutes of that game, we just, I felt like things didn't go our way here or there, a call this, a call there. We missed some buckets. We traveled underneath. Having those big kids inside really makes our kids have to think, instead of Viv getting a rebound and going right back up, she gets a rebound and she hesitates. And then she travels because she got blocked 5 times before that. So those big kids are a big presence in there, and they really put mental issues into our kids' heads as far as scoring inside the paint. So kudos to those kids. And I mean, they play hard, and we just made some mistakes down the stretch there and couldn't finish baskets when we needed to put Pitt down a little bit further in the last minute of the game. So, and Pitt finished shots, got some transition buckets in the last minute of the game. So, it was a fun game to coach. It was a fun game to watch, I'm sure, as a spectator. But it was good basketball.
Well, you're entering the final stretch of the season. You have 4 games left, including 2 home games this week. First up is Missouri Western, a team that's towards the bottom of the standings, but they did beat you the last time you played. What's going to be the key to not having a letdown off of the Pittsburgh State game and coming out and playing tomorrow?
We have to play hard. Missouri Western plays hard. We went up there, and I'm not taking anything from Missouri Western. They played good. They played hard. They did what they need to do to win. But we have kids that decide when they want to play and when they don't want to play. So we've got to just scratch all the standings. We've got to scratch all the just records and things like that, and just look at our next opponent, and it's Missouri Western. Missouri Western beat us last time. We have to respect them. They played hard, and we have to go out there and we have to play the way we played at Pitt. We have to go out and execute our plays defensively, understand what we want to do to stop Missouri Western, and we have to execute that game plan and play with effort. Everybody has got to want it. We talk about want, and when you want something, you're going to have effort and you're going to have hard work. So like I said, it doesn't matter who our opponent is right now. We've just got to look at what we need to do to beat them, take care of business on our end, and see how it falls out in the end when that clock goes off.
And then on Saturday, you're going up against an Emporia State team that's also very good, and that of the games that you have lost, that was probably the most lopsided. So what's going to be the key there to getting revenge, I guess?
We went up there, and if I remember right, Vivian got in foul trouble. Obviously, anytime we don't have Viv in the game, it changes the game, especially against a team like Emporia that has a big inside. So she got in foul trouble, didn't play a whole lot in that game. We got down quite a bit, if I remember right, and I'm just trying to pull from my mind because we haven't really looked back on that film yet. And then we fought back there in the last 10 minutes of that game, and I think we surprised them with how hard we can work and things that we can do. I think we surprised ourselves, at times. So, keeping Viv out of foul trouble is going to be a big key for Saturday and Wednesday. Keeping everybody healthy. Right now we don't have Chiquia Mitchell. She is out with this ankle sprain, so we're trying to get her back on the roster and just going out there and again executing what we need to do. Obviously we've seen them. The girls understand what kind of players they have, what we need to do, to execute what we've talked about. Just personnel, understanding who does what, and not taking for granted anything. We just got to go out there and again play hard. This time of year, if it's not enough motivation to make the tournament and to be getting better so that when you get in the tournament you can make a little run, then we have the wrong kids. But I think we have the right mentality kids that want to win. They want to do something here in late February, early March, and see where we can go with it.
These next 2 games will be Vivianes' final 2 games at home. as a senior, she's obviously, been a leader on the court this year. What has she meant to the program over the past 2 years?
I mean, it's not even, you can't describe how much she's brought to us. Obviously, she didn't play a whole lot at Mineral Area for the 1 year she was there. We watched her practice a couple practices, watched her play in half a game. We didn't know a lot about her when we brought her here. She works hard. She obviously is just a talented kid. I'm not going to take much for coaching her. I mean, she definitely is. We've taught her some things about the game, but getting her to just tap into that talent has been probably the biggest thing. But she is just a raw, talented kid that has the want. She wanted to be good. She doesn't understand how good she still is and can be. And the mentality of being a leader. When you're that good, when you're getting double doubles, obviously the other teammates look at you like, oh, you're a leader for the team, and she doesn't really want that pressure right now. So hopefully in these next final games and going into the conference tournament, if we should make it, then she hopefully understands that that's a role that she's adapting to more and more every game, and hopefully takes it on a little bit more serious here in the last couple weeks. And that would help us out tremendously because we do lack some leadership. But she's been a great, obviously, presence inside for us. She does a lot of good things. She draws a lot of help, which opens up our guards outside. And it's been wonderful coaching her. We are actually trying to get her another year back. So hopefully this isn't her last final 2 games at home. We're kind of have a lot to do yet with that, with paperwork and NCAA stuff. But it is something we're looking forward to, and it would be wonderful to get her back for another year, just because having a kid under your belt for 3 years is obviously better than 2. So she understands what we want from her, what we are asking from her, and if she can just keep taking that up another notch, we'd be sitting pretty good for next year in that spot. So I congratulate her for what she's done, but hopefully she still has some future here at LU.
And then finally, with a win against Missouri Western, your team is in the tournament. A couple months ago, I asked you about your goals, and you said obviously one of them was making the tournament. Now that you're on the verge of doing that, is your focus just still on getting in the tournament, or are you starting to look at positioning and seeding and where you could possibly be playing going into that tournament?
We're taking it game by game. Right now we need to beat Missouri Western to get in. And then, where we fall after that, we can look at that in another week. There's 4 games is a lot of games left in this league. I mean, anybody can beat anybody any given night. So a lot can change, a lot can transfer. I mean, as a coach, you can sit here and kill yourself trying to figure out who, and we've done it. I mean, we're looking at everybody and who they have left, and, if they do this and what if they do that. And it's basically a time passer because you have no control over it. So you just sit there and hope and things like that. And we've talked to the girls all along, is we have to take care of our business so that we're not hoping for other people to lose at the end. And that's why Missouri Western game is so big this on Wednesday, is because if we get it, we're in. If we don't, now we're hoping, or now we have to get Emporia, or we have to get Washburn, or we have to get Truman. And Washburn and Truman are on the road. We're not playing bad on the road. So those, we have a lot going for us right now. But we've got to take care of business on Wednesday. And, then next week maybe we can sit down and kind of talk seeding and where we're at and what time we might play, but we've got to get there first. So.
Okay, thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks.